Hi everyone, my name is Angie and I'm one of the children's librarians here at Kokomo-Howard County Public Library, and welcome to my edition of Turn the Page. Today I'm going to highlight our author, Jacqueline Woodson, and she writes for all ages. So I have materials from our children's department, for middle graders, and also adults. So we're going to start with The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson. For our picture book, I will show you, since it's such a beautiful book, I will show you the pages for the small friends. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you until the day you begin to share your stories. My name is Angelina, and I spend my whole summer with my little sister. You tell the class, your voice stronger than it was a minute ago, reading books and telling stories. Even though we were tight in our block, it was like we got to go everywhere. Your name is like my sister's, Roberto says. Her name is Angelina too. And all at once, the room where no one else is quite like you, the world opens up itself, up a little wider to make some space for you. The Day You Begin. It's our picture book. She's also known for her middle grade books, and this one is one of my favorite. It's called Before the Ever After. And this one, she shares how things that happen to families also affect the children. In this story, the young man, his father was a pro football player, and because of some illness caused by concussions and being hit repetitively over and over again, the dad is starting to lose some memory, and this is how it affects his son. This chapter is called Deep Water. My grandmother calls on Saturday night, asks me about school and when you're coming to visit her. Soon, I hope. I hold the phone close to my ear, her voice so clear and soft, it makes me think of everything and everyone I love. She lives near Nana B, my dad's mom, in a house that has windows all around it and a pool that she only dips her feet in because, you know, I don't like deep water, my grandmother always says. But the pool isn't deep. When I stand in it, the water only comes up to my chest. I like being close to pools, my grandma says, not in them. Our pool in Maplewood is deeper than grandma's, goes way over my head and at the deepest end, but the shallow end only comes to my knees. How's your daddy doing, my grandma asks. Any better? I shrugged, then remembering my grandma can't see me, said no. He says his head hurts all the time, I tell her. He says some days he can't even see straight. After a minute, I say, he's missing a lot of his games. I know, my grandmother says. Maybe it's best for the best, though. He doesn't need to be running on that field if he can't see straight. But then what, I asked her. What's he going to do if he can't play? Outside, the night is so dark, it looks like a black wall. When I was a little kid acting crazy, Grandma would say, you're about to get yourself in deep water, ZJ. Deep water was trouble. Deep water was a spanking from her. Deep water was something I never wanted to be in. Feels like we're in deep water, Grandma, I say. Before the after. And the last story I want to share is called Red at the Bone. It's for our adult readers. Right. Red at the Bone is a story about two families who share the story of a one of the teenagers in the families become pregnant and how it changes her life and her decisions. So in this scene, she's kind of flashing back on when she was in high school, the teenage mom. Iris felt a sudden crushing fear of failing. Something shifted in her brain then, something unlocked as if she were waking up. Kathy Marie's hand pressing her middle finger into her palm and insisting that science and math and reading were as important as her own name was the key to the next thing and the next and the next. Her parents had never preached it this way. It was a given. You will go to school, you will go to college, you will learn, you will get a job. The nuns had always ended with God's promises for once she died. But she wasn't dead, and she didn't plan to be dead for a long time. These numbers and words and facts were something bigger, about something beyond the baby leaving her belly. They were about living. Iris felt all this sinking in, and now she saw herself leaving, and now she saw herself gone. I get it, she said. I get it now. Red at the bone. Please come in and check out some other works, and if you'd like to turn the page with us, some great works by Jacqueline Woodson. Bye.